acted like they were still on the plane. So I think this is Stafford's redemption tour, and I think they move on super easy.
I would wholeheartedly agree with that. I mean, I got my Rams gear on. I think that the Rams really good. They what was their record, like 12-5 or something like that. They were just like a game off, 2 games off from being the 1 seed, and their division foe got the 1 seed. So, I think the Rams can cook in this game and disappoint every fan in North Carolina. All 7 of them.
Just break their hearts.
Yeah, I mean, the Rams are pretty loaded offensively. Their defense maybe has been a little bit lacking for what we expected compared to what we expect in the preseason. Overall, like, they just have a by far more talented team. I mean, Carolina might be the 4th seed, but they had a worse record than the entire NFC North. But that being said, Carolina's been doing this thing where they play bad one game and good the next. So according to that pattern, this is supposed to be a good game for them. So that's something to watch out for there. Obviously, our bracket has the Rams moving on because we already have 2 of the 3 picking them. But yeah, I'll go with the Rams as well. But watch out for that little piece there for Carolina at home.
Old wives' tales from Justin.
Okay, so what do you think, man?
I got the Rams too. Carolina, while the offense can make moves when it needs to make moves, the Rams are just too much on their offensive side to allow them to really stay in the game. Now, I could be wrong. I would be pretty cool if the Panthers win and won, but I got the Rams on my side.
And I think they're getting Devontae Adams back too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's expected.
Yeah.
So we can move on to Chicago at Green Bay. Or I'm sorry, Green Bay at
Green Bay at
I mean, division game in the playoffs, that's always a fun thing to watch, but Chicago hosting this time. Tones, what's up?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to. I do know how I sway on this one, but I'm conflicted nonetheless because Green Bay, you can see the talent. They have pieces coming back. The defense, though, not the same as it was. But then you have Chicago, right? Super unpredictable. They thrive in the chaos of it. That's scrappy, dude. That's how you win a Super Bowl. Like that weird talent that's somehow luck, but somehow, like, you know exactly what you're doing. And Ben Johnson, he might be a genius. So I'm leaning Chicago. I know a couple Packers fans. I'll be watching the game with them. So I'm not going to be gloating, if I'm right, Toastradamus, but,
I think
Green Bay could, yeah, go ahead, Matt.
I think Green Bay would have stood a better chance with Micah Parsons on the field.
Absolutely.
I think if Micah Parsons doesn't go down, I think we may be looking at the seeds being flipped here. That being said, Chicago fans, I was completely wrong about this team. I apologize. Probably not going to apologize to Caleb Williams because he has not shown me anything new other than the fact that he sometimes listens to Ben Johnson on the check down. You can see that the games they lose, he's trying to go for it all downfield and looking for that deep pass. But the games they win, he is hitting the checkdowns more often than not. So it really depends on if Caleb Williams wants to play hero right off rip. I think that'll get them in trouble. But if they just stick to what they do, I think they can win this game. But like I said, I think Green Bay wins this game if Micah Parsons is on the field. But Chicago, you get to move on.
Yeah, I like Green Bay seems to always, because there's been multiple years that they've been like the 7th seed and managed to win a game that no one expected them to win. So that's kind of in the back of my mind. But the problem is, again, like you mentioned the injury to Micah Parsons, like that's just a huge loss. I thought when he was there with how good their defense was, that this team was one of the best Super Bowl contenders out of the NFC. But now without him, their defense just has not been the same. And with that, like, you're now turning your attention to an offense that has been inconsistent to say the least throughout the whole year. So they could have a good game, maybe take down Chicago here if their offense plays well, but they're just beat up right now and not looking great. So yeah, I mean, I feel like momentum favors the Bears here, even though it's been a very weird year where they seem to just skate by in all these close games, and at some point you're waiting for the shoe to drop. I don't know when that's going to happen, but yeah, and obviously, Caleb Williams in his first playoff start, what is that going to look like? That's going to be an interesting question to ask here.